Okay, fellas, this is the Asp installation. Once I got the suspension arm taken care of, we got everything put back together. I got the Asp in the tank, and like I said, Kevin set the radio up for me. I plugged everything in and turned it on, and it worked right out of the gate. I got a few things I've still got to take care of. I also have to rewire my turret. The reason for that is that because the Asp here and here has ports for elevation motor and turret rotation motor, and those are the uh, ports I plan to use. I need to rewire my turret. It's going to all come down through the slip ring to the various spots. The 8-pin plugs in down here, and then my elevation and rotation will plug in. Now this piece laying here, that's a filter, and what that's going to do is I'm going to hook it up with wires and plugs and all that stuff, and that'll plug in right here. It'll draw battery voltage, and it'll go. The battery voltage will go through that filter, and then it'll go through the slip ring, and then it'll go up to the turret. And I'm going to have to modify the loader's hatch so that I can pull a plug out of the loader's hatch and plug it into this. This is the Mobius in the docking station, and this will mount on top of the turret, and this will be my FPV, and it will also record video at the same time, or I can use it simply as a video camera. It will draw its power from the tank, so I don't have to worry about the batteries in the Mobius being charged or whatever's, and that'll be FPV and video. And that, like I said, will run through this filter, and it'll all run up through the slip ring and into the turret. Sometimes the Asp talks to me, saying it wants to be started. Now that's one of the first things that I learned was how to turn off the smoke machine, and it's really easy. When it's running like that, you just flip this switch, and that turns off the smoke machine. Now this is a complicated system, and it's got a lot of features, and it's going to take me a little while to learn them all. But I've gotten some of them so far. Let me set this camera back on the tripod, and I'll show you a few of them. It's going to take me some practice, but man, it's going to be fun learning, So I figured out that there's a lot of features on here. I still got to get with Kevin about some. It's got the revs up. That's machine gun 2, machine gun 1. It'll play music. Now this is part I like, incoming. Oh, excuse me, that's machine gun. I got that wrong, I guess. I think you have to turn this over. Wrong again. I'll get it figured out eventually. I'll have to get with Kevin. I thought when you move this pot, it might be this one. Yeah, there's rev. And if I move this pot all the way back to the other side, then it gives the music. 4 different tracks. You can shut it off the same way. Even though they're not hooked up, the sound still works for turret. Elevation. Fire cannon after the airsoft motor wires up. This is the for IR. These are the 5 rounds of 2-shot kill code. It pauses for the airsoft motor to wind up, and that's one thing that I don't like about the system. I keep saying that it should work off the trigger switch like the Clark board does. You should get fired. The airsoft motor should be turned on by the switch, and then when the cannon fires, the trigger switch should trigger your cannon sound and soon the airsoft recoil, because I'm going to get one of those turrets, and that's going on this tank, so that'll be a whole different thing all in itself. It does have volume control. That is a 20 watt amp in there, so I'm careful about how loud I turn it. I don't want to blow out the stock speaker. I don't know, it doesn't seem to get that loud. I'll talk to Kevin about how to adjust that. The only thing I've done to the radio so far is turn off the momentum at the radio. And I sent an email to Kevin, asked him how to do it. He emailed me back, and in just a few minutes I was able to do that. Now, that is one thing about buying the package. I bought the whole package, the Asp and the radio. If you buy somebody else's radio and ask Kevin to teach you how to use it, I wouldn't blame him if he laughed at you, you know. But if you buy one of Kevin's radios and he sets it up for you, he provides excellent tech support and customer service. You can email him anytime. Australia's on a way different time zone from me. So for me, like when I'm emailing him at 7 o'clock at night, for him it's 9 o'clock the following morning. So I take that into account, and I always get prompt responses from him. Any kind of stupid questions I ask, Kevin always answers. I've said it before. He's really great about that, about tech support and customer service. So I'm going to play with this and get used to it, and I'm going to rewire that upper turret and get that installed so that I can have all the functions available. Also, to turn the tank off, I've figured that part out too. It just shuts down. And that's the Asp. It's got some seriously cool features on it, and I just can't wait to learn more about it and bring all those features to life. So that's the Asp installation, and once I get the turret rewired and everything hooked up, we'll take her outside and see how she runs. So we'll see you next time.